are back with comedian David fucking Boyle. D to the motherfucking B oil. God, that sounded like some fucking Jewish rapper. B oil. So on Saturday night, a few of my comedian friends went out drinking and took acid. And one of them on acid had an epiphany, and now he thinks he's gay. He's almost 100% sure he's gay now. That is some strong fucking acid. There's a bunch of this acid going around and people are getting fucked up. Alright, so this comedian, John Doe, thinks he's gay now. Another comedian took 4 of these. Dhruv Iyer took 4 of these, had an ego death, and now he believes he's enlightened. So he moved straight out of his place, moved to Perth, and now he's getting ready to move to India to become a guru. That is some strong fucking acid, if you ask me. He's moving to India to become a guru after taking 4 tabs of acid. I'm tipping he wasn't enlightened. That's just my guess. Because I've been to that dude's house and it was a fucking hovel. He was living in a studio apartment. He had a bed in there and a TV and a PlayStation. And the TV was about 4 inches away from the pillow in his bed. And you couldn't even see the floor because there was pizza boxes and garbage littered all on the floor. It smelled like bongs because he would just sit in there ripping bongs all day. I don't know if he's properly enlightened. It's possible, I suppose. I don't think you can get enlightened by taking acid. Acid just shows you a little bit of shit. I don't see how it can give you the full enlightenment. Years ago, I took fucking way too much acid. I was up for 4 fucking days and I couldn't sleep and it was starting to get on top of me. I'll tell you that right now. I was living in a pub at the time and I tried to go back to my place and they were doing renovations. So I spent a day there trying to come down off the acid. And this is day 3. Then I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to go to the Gold Coast. For some reason, I don't know. So I bought a plane ticket, got down to the airport, flew to the Gold Coast. This is all on acid. This is day 3 going into day 4, non-stop tripping. I'm like, alright, I'm ready to stop tripping now. I'm ready. Let's fucking wind it up. It's been 4 days. I'm starting to think I might be trapped in this fucking acid trip. That's the worst stage because that's a fear you have when you take acid. You're like, oh, am I going to be stuck in acid land forever? Yeah, it's a possibility. You definitely can get stuck in acid land forever. It's a concern you should have. It becomes more of an issue on day 4 and you're still tripping hardcore. And you started in Sydney and now you're in the Gold Coast. That becomes a bit of a concern. I remember landing in the Gold Coast and all I could think about was go to this hotel that I'd stayed in about 10 years beforehand. Go to this hotel. I don't know why the fuck I was thinking it, but I just had to go to this one hotel. And I didn't know the name of it. It was some shit heap, so I had to find it. This is all on acid. And somehow, by some miracle, I made it to this fucking hotel. I could not tell you where the fuck the hotel is to this day. And then I spent 24 hours in that room thinking I might be stuck in acid world forever. I'm like, I'm not coming down at all. This is the 4th day. The walls are still melting. The carpet is still raised. Nothing's making sense. I am full on tripping. And I've slept maybe 3 hours in 4 days. I could have overdone it this time. So I just wrote it out for another 24 hours in that fucking room until I fell asleep. And then when I fell asleep, I slept for a day. Then I was real fucking scattered for about 3 to 5 years after that. I was not making a lot of sense for 3 to 5 fucking years after that. You can definitely overdo it on acid. I wasn't enlightened though, I can tell you that right now. Could have been gay though. After that, that was one of the first times I'm like, I can't drink anymore. I need to quit drinking. Because I was drinking through the whole thing too. And then I got up to Brisbane. I was staying in a hostel and I was just like, fuck, I'm not going to drink. That's enough fucking drinking for me. And then I found out there was a bar at the bottom of the hostel. I was like, fuck it, I'll just go in for one drink. And so I went in for one drink. One drink turned into 8 or 9. I don't know what the fuck happened. But the last memory of that bar was I was getting carried out by 3 bouncers. By 3 security guards that had me off the ground and were dragging me out and threw me onto the street. I think I was just mouthing off. And then the other weird part about that was, then I woke up in my hostel room the next morning, hungover as fucking shit. And they had loudspeakers in the room. And there was an announcement saying, Michael Jackson has died this morning. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Michael Jackson died, what? And I got up and I went for a walk and ended up in this mall area. And they had Michael Jackson blaring out of the loudspeaker. And everyone had stopped and were listening to Michael Jackson's Heal the World, Make It a Better Place for You and for... And everyone had stopped. There was like hundreds of people and they were all standing there singing and swaying and like looking into each other's eyes. Heal the world. I'm like, am I still on acid? Is this ever gonna end? It was a fucking nightmare. So be careful on acid, kids, because you could end up gay or enlightened. They could be the same fucking thing. Alright, see you later. Add me on social media, reach out to me. Thanks to everyone who's been messaging. I appreciate it. I appreciate your fucking support. I am at Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. And give us a rating, a review, subscribe, tell your friends. See you later.